was able to sit down with a farmer and we were able to discuss at length. He didn't want to show on camera, so he chose to just like go without camera and just do some audio. So
Hi, I'm Joseph Joshua, a farmer and a storyteller. My mission is to share the real voices of African farmers, voices often missing in conversations about food and the future. Let's hear their story. So many young people feel like agriculture is for old people and it's not profitable in this current generation. What do you think about that?
If I may start with that, I would take that as a wrong assumption because in many nations of the world, agriculture is the leading sector. I think in Nigeria in the 70s, agriculture has played a very great role. Even more importantly, in our era now, agriculture is playing 90% of the entire business of the day. So to say that agriculture is for old people is not to. People are actually going to farming nowadays. You have companies, people planting cash crops like Cocoa Company. You have rubber plantation by Michelin, and many others. Think about Obasanjo farm. Is into poultry, birds, is into piggery, and some other areas. There are other big persons. So even me myself talking today, I love farming, and by God's grace, I have big farm.
guys, that is a very important thing there, and I quite agree with Mr. Raf on everything that he said. Because the truth of the matter is that although we are seeing so many young people and so many people saying that they are not interested in farming, that farming doesn't look profitable from the outside. And I don't know why so many farmers, when you speak of their life, they are making profits from 50% margin upwards. And then you see, because what he was trying to say was that lots of people are going to farming, and he has seen. Although when I discussed with him, I discovered that most of his children are not into farming per se. I don't know why. The truth of the matter is that so many people are doing agriculture. We look at tribal agriculture. You look at Samson, Mr. Samson, the lizard farmer. Look at so many other people, even in Obasanjo farms, tribal agri. You know, these people are like doing different things. Young people are doing different things, coming up with technologies, coming up with technological systems like drones and security surveillances, you understand, that will protect farmers, you understand. So, and one thing that is also very important to state is that agriculture doesn't just mean farming. Of course, farming is like the major part, is like the foundation. There are different things that you can do in agriculture. You can venture into the security, like when we discuss, which you see later, we talk a lot about security. Security is a challenge. Security is one of the biggest problems. The prices of feeds and things like that, prices of fertilizers, those things are challenges. And most of people who have gone to school, who have graduated from university, can bring about different ideas and different solutions to such problems. So there's room for young people to come, whether business-wise or creating jobs, to like create solutions for these problems that farmers are going through. So farming is not just for old people. It's not a thing of scam. And if you understand the way about it, this is why we are doing videos like this together with farmers. And if you're finding value from it, please go to the comment section, like what you're learning from these videos, and don't forget to subscribe. Not notification, because when videos like this come out, you will be notified.
So how did you venture into agriculture? Is it by mistake or passion or?
It was not by mistake. Let me use the word, I inherited it. We were brought up, my father was a great farmer in the early 70s, late 60s, 70s. And we were taught, trained on how to farm or farming. So when I eventually grew up, after my father died, though I went to school, I came back, I established my school, yet I bought lands, I have a palm plantation, a cassava plantation, and some other things. So it's inherited. I was trained with farming, and until today I have passion for it. I can't do without going to farm. Yes, I derive joy when I see my crops. So I go to the farm. Seeing, but that's where we have what we call green nature. You see everything. So it's not that I was coerced into it. We're trained, we're born into farming. Yes. Not only with my brothers, my sisters. I was 6 years when I started farming. 6 years. I started going to farm. We're introducing us how to peg yam and all the rest. Staking, dressing, and all the rest. So
what he's trying to like bring the fact of what is that he was neither coerced, he was not, he didn't just see it as into it, was born into farming. And that is something that for most of us, we were like born into farming. And of course, me, I was also born into farming. I didn't like agriculture. That's what the stress that was in it. But while learning and then learning about lots of things, business, trying to solve problems, and then by schooling life, because I'm graduated in mechanical engineering. So solving problems and looking at things like that, I found that agriculture, especially in Africa, has its problems that has so many challenges that need solutions we prefer to those problems. So that's what pushed me to agriculture, and then I found passion in like solving problems in especially things that are very very vital to humanity. You understand what I'm saying? So I feel like he's saying that he was born into it is like general stuff, and lots of most farmers currently are like were like born into it. Although, like I said before, so many farmers currently, some of them their children don't want to do farming. So what's happening? Even when we were discussing, we also mentioned the fact about saying that agriculture, doing agriculture back then was like sweeter than right now as it is. Because right now you see this insecurity and the challenges of cost and food inflation and things like that. So it's really like making it not really incentivized for younger people to come into. But it is very, very profitable if you do your way around it. So farming is something I'm calling you to, like your passion, a job, you can make it like a mission to like provide solutions to farmers. That's what they are. Let's listen to the next point. Is there any like major challenge, any challenge that you faced that you were like, this one no easy, oh.
There's no any eternal challenge. I don't have any eternal challenge. The major challenge or challenges we have is external. All these S-men, yeah, like one of my farms now, they used to go there. The cassava we planted this year now, they destroyed everything. Yeah, I think that is one external challenge, and also two, government too. They supposed to encourage farmers by giving loans, either in cash or in kind. In kind can be through fertilizer, uh, supply of fertilizer, and other things.
What's happening now? I heard that some people are dumping maize farming because of the price of fertilizers.
Yes, and this year, now maize did not do well.
Yes.
But there's diversion. Not that government is not spending on what do you call? Government is spending on, but it's like most of those loans is hijacked by politicians that don't even have farms. They don't have. Politicians share the money. They give soft loans, they give major loans, agricultural loan, like Bank of Agriculture. They give loans, but it's a big politician that says them, and these people doesn't have farm. Yeah.
Just take it like so. Right, looking at what he has said about challenges. Although he was saying that he didn't have any internal challenge, nothing really from his side, but the major challenges, things that are affecting him, of course, so many times the external have sometimes affects him. And he's talking about mentioned about 3 points there. He talked about the insecurity, and it still boils down to government. That's what he was saying for the interviews that I had with him, also about the government. And looking at insecurity, should be hurting. That's really a big challenge to the country and to farmers and to everybody in general. Because this herdsmen or this leaders, whoever they are, they like affect the capacity of farmers to like want to farm more and produce more. And then they say like the shift or an apathy from farming because most people will be like, there's no security anymore. If you're interested in watching my video about insecurity and its effects in Nigeria, I'll leave a video above, make sure you click on it. And this is really affecting the country. We talked about insecurity a lot. And that's something that most farmers talk. Sometimes in my last interview with Femina, you see, she was like, she's giving up. She was like, there's nothing they can do again. That's all that they can do. They just give it to God. So that is in a country where people, the real farmers, people who provide food for the nation, are now saying that they're leaving the solutions to God because they don't trust that the government can provide solutions anymore. That's really a challenge and something that's not really notable at all. They also talk about government being able to give loans, give better loans, because he felt, from what he was saying, he felt like Bank of Industry, Bank of Agriculture, like they give these loans out because the money is coming out, but it's going to specific kinds of people. It's going to people who really do not need these resources that we're talking about. And when I was talking about my video about insecurity in Nigeria and how it's affecting Africa, how it's affecting agriculture. You see, I was talking about one of the president of the Bank of Agriculture was like they're giving out loans up to 90 billion and they cannot even account for it, they cannot even find it. And farmers are like, we not receive any loan, we not receive any money. So where is the money going to? So actually loans are very important to farmers because these farmers are producing because they are expecting like make money, just to make returns. You understand? So there's some people who are like into exportation of crude palm oil, exportation of crude kernel oil and kernel and kernel shells and kernel cake and things like that, and charcoal. They're into export of these things, and they're making profits up to about 70% profit margin. So I really don't understand why government cannot like make these loans. These things should be made more accessible, more structured, and then like more giving, so that more people can get access to these things, especially the right farmers, so they can produce more food and then produce more income for the country while there's even security in the nation. You know, that's just what I think about what Mr. Ralph is talking about.
I was speaking to somebody in terms of security. I was speaking to one other man like that, and he was saying that what he did for his own cassava plantation was to speak with the Fulani, their leader, cattle leader. What can be done in terms of security in this South because it's really affecting the farmers?
Yeah, it has affected. Not that it has affected. Well, individual has nothing to. We can't do much. It's the government. Government had to take a proactive measure to halt the activities of these herdsmen, because the major problem, the herdsmen, they will leave their cow for the small boys to take for grazing, and that is where the problem is coming. Most of those boys they are drug addicts.
Yes.
They are drug addicts. Imagine small children of 8 years, 10 years, 15 years, they started taking solution. You see their eyes red, and that's why they are desperate. They kill, they do a lot of things. The other time I met them in my farm, I chased the boy, he ran away because I was ready. Imagine somebody who has spent money more than up to about 800,000 getting to the farm to discover that everywhere was destroyed, the cassava was destroyed. So I was furious, he ran away. So I think my appeal is to the government at all level, the local government, state and federal.
It seems like farmers are handicapped.
Yeah, there's nothing farmer can do. There's nothing farmer can do about it. They will fight you now. Do I have gun to go and fight in the farm? I don't have gun. Huh? Their colors is sharper than my own, is bigger than my own. So I think that is the major challenge. It's the government.
It's affecting the nation.
Yes. It's the government that can actually do something about it. I think I learned yesterday, or we read in the news, we saw it that in the north they have employed farm rangers, but it's not effective. It's not effective.
But in terms of land issue, there are three parts I want to talk about. I want to talk about the acquisition to buy land for farming, for agricultural purposes, and to rent land. What are the important things? And also in relation to like community laws and understanding community rules. What do someone need to know in terms of buying land to farm, renting land to farm, and community duties?
The system in Edo State, like the major cash crop farmers, especially the Yorubas, the cocoa farmers, they don't buy land, but there's a way they acquire it. Then every year there is a returns to those owners. I think that is one of the major things associated with Yorubas, like the cash crop farmer, like the palm tree growers. I think that's what you call them. Most is through lease. There's some is permanent buying. Like that, they don't settle like the cocoa buyers, the cocoa farmers. And then we also have the tanja system. That is the government forest. Government give them every year. They pay government. I think these are the major area of acquisition or method of getting farm land.
Yeah, before he talks about how you can start getting land. You see, land is very, very important and it's something that is very, very sacred, right? So I remember I was talking to like one of the farmer and someone who's related to some royal families, and she was like, it's very important for you to like always meet with the right people when you want to get land. Like you should not fall prey or fall scam people who just want to like cheat. You know, some people sell lands and then you hope that you want to use this land to farm and then you sell the land and before you know somebody else is on that farm or on that land You're like, why pay for this land? Person said, no, I also paid for it. So where are you coming from? So you have to be very, very careful. You're extremely careful in terms of land. And when you buy land, I remember one day I was saying that when you buy land, always utilize that land. You don't just buy land and they just leave it. No fence, no agricultural activity happening there. Just left fallow like that. That's something that's very, very dangerous. So it's very important for individuals who are like going into agriculture or farming per se. Start thinking about ways on how they can like get this land or farm by in the right way. You want to get your land in the right way. So sometimes if you have the resources, you can meet with a lawyer, or most likely you just go and meet with community leaders, community chiefs, and everything like that. Explain to them, let them be as witness that you're getting this land and you want to farm this kind of produce, either banga or you want to farm cassava, wherever thing or corn. You have this discussion with the community youths or the community leaders, and you have to meet them as a group, not individually, so that you won't end up like crying. Because if someone wants to get, how would the person like get it? Is it meeting different families or?
Yeah, we have community land, which is we have family land. Family makes up families make up a community. I think there are some individual families that have land. Some sell out. So will tell you they want to lease. So will tell you skill and divide. It all depends.
The importance of sometimes the importance of management and how have you been, because we have big farms and everything like that. How do you manage your farm successfully? That it's producing
Actually, it has not been easy on my part, but because of other business, the school business I'm doing, I don't actually have the time. My farm has suffered a lot of setback, especially this year. So a lot of setback. The management aspect has not been too okay because the time factor, managing the school and also bringing in the farming to it, it has not actually been easy for me. So in terms of management, I'm trying my best anyway. But on this holiday, I'll be able to at least settle down, monitor it, and do some major works on the farm.
Before we continue, Mr. Raf has a school and he manages the school. The school is one of the best schools in the locality that I found out. So and he confessed that he didn't have like enough time to manage his farms properly because he spends most of his time in the school, and that is something that's very important. Because as farmers, as if you're somebody who's like putting your mind, I want to go to farming can be much more optimized, which he also made mention of. That can be much more optimized when you are into it full time. You're taking it as a business. You know, it's not personal. You're not just doing it as a hobby. I'm not just farming cassava or tomatoes as a hobby. You're farming this thing as a business, like a regular and like true business. You want this thing to come out successfully and productive. You understand? So you are doing all your best, all you can to cater for this farm. You're providing the resources, the adequate resources, and the time and everything like that. The management, the finance, the know-how. You understand? You're learning as quick as possible, so that you will make your farm to blossom. You understand? That's just the way you can like grow it. He also made mentions of you being there with your workers, present there, to ensure that you see what's happening, how they're taking care of your farm, getting results, and then getting reports about what's going on in your farm, which is something that he confessed that he's not doing much of, although his farms are doing very well, because he inherited large portions of the land. I know that you manage, especially the school, very, very well.
Yeah.
Somebody has all the time, or let me say, somebody has time. What would be the effective way to manage a farm successfully?
Yeah, is to be there with your workers.
Okay.
But if you are not there, they will not work.
That's true.
Nowadays, to get job now is even difficult. That's why I'm talking about government loans. If I have a tractor, if I have weeding tools or clearing tools, it will be easy. Like if there are machines, all those can do a work of 20 person in a day, and it makes the work to be more efficient. That's what I'm talking about government. Government to do something about it. That's it.
Yes, sir. I want to ask, in terms of farming cash crops and livestock, which one is the one profitable, easier to start?
There is no one that is not profitable. There is no one that is not easy. Farming, you need a large land, but for livestock, you just need a small land to start. But farming at least you will farmland. You need a bigger farmland at least if you want to do a cash crop. You are taking on something 1 hectare. An hectare is 2.5 acres. At least manageable 2.5 acres to start. But if it's livestock, Think for example poultry. You want to raise a bird. A land of 50 by 50 is enough to start up. So it all depends on the level you are looking at, and then what you are putting, and the size of the farm you want to start with. I think that will determine the cost, what you will spend in the at the starting point. So is how do I summarize this? This should be, it should be on your budget, what you want to do, what you want to do, how large, how small it is. But you should know that the more you invest, the more profit you make. I think that is the summary.
The more you invest, the more you make, and you should not even like always want to like start big and start small. And whether you go into livestock or you go into cash crop farming or whichever farming, always count your costs and know which level you are. Whether you want to go into birds, you want to go into layers, broilers, pig, you want to go into bearing or sheep bearing, you want to do normal cash crop and that farming, go farming, you have to look at your costs. What do you have? If you're trying to do layers, you have to look at your costs because broilers are easier than layers. You have to look at, okay, what will it cost you to build a pen, a house for your broilers? What will it cost you to buy the feed? At the feed cost nowadays, here so many fish of feed are coming down like drastically because of the vast amount of maize in the Nigerian system in Nigeria, which is another thing that's affecting maize farmers, but favoring poultry farmers. And we have to look at the feed, the amount of feed there, and same thing likewise. We are doing cash crop farming. You have to also analyze the cost it will take to buy the land or to rent the land, to buy the seedlings from the nurse from different nurseries to like take care of this in terms of labor, in terms of this farm, take care of the labor and the harvesting and general farm maintenance and also livestock. I like asking that question because I want people to know that there are two possibilities and then which side is easier for you to start with. Then one of my mama said that you should start with you should venture into family and then use the process from there to like boost your livestock. Some people also say start from start with farm and also be done with both time, but you can start with one. Somebody who's just out of school, out of university, and is thinking, he has it in his mind that he wants to go into farming, and he doesn't have income or something like that. What should be like the normal stages for someone to build a successful farm, especially someone that is just coming out of university? He has it in mind to do farming, agriculture, but he is yet to gather the resources.
Okay, from our angle, from our perspective, somebody is a graduate and presently not in the hand. I think the best way is to go and look for something to do to generate money first. Look for something else to do. Get a better job. Every month you'll be able to say little thing. While you are doing that, you are saving, you are planning, and I think at the end of the day, maybe after 1 year or thereabout, you should be able to raise a little amount of money. Not millions, so then start with a small level, then be investing. That's my suggestion.
Is it important or in terms of hiring people? Just hire people to work for you. Why is it important to use your family members? Because sometimes people complain that using family members usually cause wahala in terms of profit sharing and all those things like that.
Personally, me, I doesn't use my family members. I get job men outside. I get people outside to work for me. After work, as you get to the house, get your money. I don't owe. So it's better you work with outsiders. You can control them.
Yes.
You can monitor them. That is it.
So what do you think about this point he's saying? He's saying that it's better for you to use outsiders, use laborers like no family. You should not like involve family. You should use outsiders, focus on them and pay them your money. They do anything, you shout at them, you sack them, you fire anybody you need to fire, you hire who you need to hire. Anybody's not doing well, you treat that person as such than utilizing your family. So what do you think? Comment below. You think somebody can succeed working with his family, or you think the person should just focus on getting outsiders to do the work? What do you think? Leave a comment below. And if you're finding value from this video, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel and also turn on the notification bell so when videos like this come out, you will be notified. Is that why it's better? Because family sometimes emotions is attached. So sir, can somebody do farming full time?
Yes, now. I have a brother. My brother is a full-time farmer. He doesn't have any other business. He's into farm. As I speak with you now today, he's is holding out his cocoa today. I think from what they said, it should be the cocoa is dried at a blow. It should be, I think, I wouldn't know the numbers, at least two Nissan Patrol bringing them out. I mean, they brought them out yesterday night. Two Nissan Patrol. You know what is Nissan Patrol? Fully loaded. Eh? Somebody that can make, well, this is a general anyway. So that might seem to food farming. I also have a man here, my PTA chairman. Is a full-fledged farmer. He's into cassava production. The other year, the man did up to 50 acres. This year, I only know he's into real farming. Yes, so
50 acres of cassava.
yes, we have people like that. They don't have other business. Go around the other places, you see people. Yeah, farming is profitable business. Very, very profitable. There is no loss in farming, though, except these invaders.
Yes, like he said, farming is very profitable. It's a profitable venture, and you can venture into farming. You can venture into agriculture. So if you are thinking about venturing into agriculture but don't know how to start, you can get my agro kit. Go in the description below. You will see a link. The link will take you to my agro kit. In there, you get an agribusiness man that's going to guide you on how you can succeed in agriculture, the things you need to take note of. So finance management and all those things like that, and the lessons you need that you can learn from other people that have failed before. And also you also get a cheat sheet that will tell you different agribusiness ideas, 50 agribusiness ideas, like things that you can do in agricultural space. And you also get a workbook to help you to plan and strategize yourself on how you can venture and succeed in this agricultural space. Don't forget, go to the description below and then click on the link. I'll see you there. Where do you see farmers in Africa? Like, are they being exploited? Are they being empowered? Farmers in Africa, are they being exploited or being empowered? Currently, the situation of things in Africa.
Farmers are not empowered. But the one I can say, well, I will not use that as an exploit. Being maybe not empowered is not an exploitation. What I mean is, like I talk about loan. When you give somebody loan, you empower the person. Not only loan too, there is sensitization to workshop on agriculture. I remember this when we were growing up. They used to do campaign. You have extension workers. They come to communities. They will bring variety of new crops. Give you those days. But now, it's not done again. I remember those days, extension workers. Foresters, what do they call them now? Forest guides. Yes. They will even bring, when they were encouraging afforestation, they will bring plants like all these waterfowl and others, teak, give it to our parents. They want to plant it and dress it up.
Seems like despite the technology that's available now, farming that time was even sweeter.
Yes.
And now
there's no chemical farming then. So everything there was natural.
People were doing it happily.
Yes, happily, joyfully. You know, because of the cumbersome nature of farming, you know, men were marrying many wives in those days so that they can have many children for farming to generate larger labor force. I think that's one of the reasons. Some of our fathers those days they marry many wives because of farming. So I think that is it. So in it all, we are still encouraging our government should do something.
We need to help.
To help us out. Our goods, if they are not sold immediately, they go bad. Think for example tomatoes. Think for example pineapple. That doesn't have a long span before it goes bad. Government should think of what to do. If there are processing plants around where you refine and you extract juice in all the villages, like where I go to pastor, is a pineapple community everywhere there. One weekend, Friday to Sunday, in fact, during pineapple harvest, the bumper harvest, in fact, we have more than 50 trucks that goes to that community within 3 days. But government just left there, no good road there. These things are just wasting.
He's really like speaking to government and the company to like really help in terms of agriculture, in terms of security, and in terms of maintaining the price or stabilizing the price of different farm inputs like fertilizers and then seeds and other things like that. So like, and they also need to be sensitization, more sensitization to farmers. You need to understand about grants, you need to understand about loans, and the importance of speaking with one voice. In the video, we also talk about unions and things like that. It's about the importance of belonging to different unions and speaking with one voice. Very important because farming and agriculture is one of the very important sectors of any economy, and any economy that cannot feed itself, any nation that cannot feed itself is going to have and face serious challenges. So it's very important for we as Nigerians, for we as Africans, to start thinking about ways that we want to take our agricultural sector seriously, either by increasing or optimizing our value chain, be optimizing the way we produce, optimizing what we produce and how we produce them. You understand, maintaining better hygiene. Some people are like saying that hey, the palm oil that's being produced is not good for your health. But the way it's being produced, of course, depends on the particular industry, the particular company that's producing, the particular individual that's producing that palm oil. But so many palm oil, so many smallholder farmers really need really more technological innovations in terms of the way they produce their palm oil. They need so many things to be done. You understand? And then there are so many sectors, there's so many areas of agriculture that also need help in terms of financial help. Rural areas, talked about roads. There need to be more roads. More roads need to be constructed, better roads to make rural urban connectivity very easier. People can bring the goods from the rural areas to the areas to the city to the urban areas. Makes these things move freely. There's free movement of goods in and out of different states and different countries. So we need to focus on our rural roads. Very important. Road network is really bad, and that's why we can see so many things happening here. Insecurity, kidnaps. You understand? So everything is just not even safe anymore. So that's why we are all calling on the government to generally help in making all these things to be much more available for so that more young people can have this hunger to want to go into a cultural space to make it a better sector. So if you found value from this video, please don't forget to leave a comment what's really got to you. And also if you want to get started in agriculture, don't forget to go to the description box and then click on the link so I can get my agro kit done for you. And also don't forget to subscribe to this channel because you'll be seeing more videos like this where we'll sit down with the farmers to talk about different agricultural concepts, topics, do so many reaction videos where we make you to know more about what farming is and things like that. Then also don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that when more videos like this come out, you'll be able to see them. And I'll see you in the next